We have several places on our website, Instagram, our YouTube page, everywhere tells our story. And our motto has always kind of been write your own story. And that's one of the things we put on our page, so that way you guys can share your stories with us. And we haven't done a video yet of our story. So here it goes. Just to introduce ourselves, for those of you who don't know who we are, I'm Randy, my wife Stephanie, my son's Augie. We have the big dog is Allie, the little grumpy dog is Jackson. But that's our family. We have three of us and two crazy pups. Our motto has always been write your own story, and we follow the quote by St. Augustine that says, life's a book, those who do not travel only read one page. So let's go to the beginning when Stephanie and I first met. So Stephanie and I met back in 2002. I was just finishing up 8th grade, headed into 9th grade, and she was about to become a junior in high school. We were both in band at the time, so we had what they called mini band camp, where every May all the people that was coming into high school went and met with the older kids and got to kind of get familiar with the idea of joining the new big band. But we met then. She invited me to a friend's birthday party, a friend who I did not know at all at the time, and then we went there. We started dating. We dated for at least a year in high school, and things just didn't work out back then, and so we went our separate ways and headed on to live our lives separately for a little while. So I went and graduated high school, then I was going to join the military as a career. That career option did not work out, but we came back, and then I started building mobile homes, and I did a bunch of repairs and stuff like that for a mobile home dealership back home, and then that really didn't pay enough, so I left that, and I went to Tulsa welding school, got a master welder certification. So I was a welder for about 5 years, and during that time, that's when I reconnected with Stephanie, sending her a Facebook message one night while we were at the Spirit of the Swanee in Live Oak, just watching a golf cart parade. But so I sent her that message. We ended up talking back and forth, and at that same time, I was seeing a doctor because I was having trouble breathing and stuff, and turns out I had the lungs of about a 10-year smoker. So once I decided to move down to Orlando and be with Stephanie and not be without her anymore, because we were back together, I wasn't gonna let her get away this time. And so once I found that out, I had to kind of do a career switch, because I had a job lined up in Orlando that paid a lot of money. But I didn't take it because I didn't want my lungs to, my grandma died of lung cancer. I didn't want to kind of have that same thing. So I moved to Orlando with no job. I knew some people, so I was able to find some work. I did a few different little things and ended up selling cars for a little bit, because that was what would make the most money in the short period of time. Not really my thing. It's definitely different than what car sales used to be. So, but a week after I moved to Orlando, we found out Stephanie's job was being downsized. So once we found that out, we spent about 6 months in Orlando, and then we moved to Alachua, the Gainesville area, because of a job. And we kind of did our own things for a little bit there and tried to figure out what I was going to do, because once again I moved without a job. But I got into golf course maintenance, went and got my plant science degree from Penn State University using their World Campus option. So I have a degree in plant science, and I spent 5 or 6 years doing golf course. I was assistant superintendent for the University of Florida golf course for a little while, and just kind of doing that. But I was missing my son. I never got to really see him grow up and do his thing, because I was always at work. Every time I turned around, I was at work. Then my boss was telling me I was gonna have to start missing church and stuff like that. So it's time to make a change. So I made a change. Took a job making Monday through Friday. So while the University of Florida golf course was my dream for a little while, but now being with Augie has definitely changed that dream a little bit, and now I'm able to do this YouTube channel. I'm able to shoot video, which is something I've always really enjoyed, because if we skip back before me and Stephanie, back in when I was in elementary school, I don't know if it would be considered an AV club back then or not, but they had I'm dyslexic, so they put me in a certain classroom that's not the special needs class, but it was still like an ESE class to help you accelerate along. But that class was the one who did the morning announcements. So I was always messing around with the video and stuff like that. I never really wanted to be in front of the camera like I seem to be all the time now, but I really enjoyed the editing process and stuff like that. So kind of moved back towards that now, and I mean, I still do my normal job, and I'm doing this on the side. Of course, it doesn't pay us anything. We actually pay money to do this, but we enjoy it, and So that's really kind of my side of the story. So I'm going to catch Stephanie and see what her side of the story is, and that way you guys can compare and make sure you get the whole story.
All right. So this is my portion of Randy and my story. Randy's probably already mentioned we met in high school. I think I was 16, he was 14. And I thought he was a transfer student, not a freshman in high school. And what you'll probably see in our videos is, I'm sure at some point, is that I am the most indecisive person in the whole world. Decided when I left Lake City that I was just going to leave everything, which unfortunately at the time meant all relationships. So Randy and I spent quite a bit of time apart, and then for some reason he decided to give me a second chance. I refused to call him my boyfriend until probably like 3 months into our relationship, and then we got engaged a month later. All my friends thought I was crazy. And then, you know, we have had our shares of ups and downs, you know. As soon as he moved to be with me, I found out I was losing my job, and and so we were in our first apartment together for 6 months before we had to move. But I think the thing that I've always been grateful for is he has let me pursue whatever kind of job I wanted, and probably the most meaningful gift he's ever given me, other than our son, is a sign that says you were made to change the world. And so I've always taken that to heart. And then I think it was probably about 1.5 years after we got married, we found out we were expecting Augie, and you know, he has been the best, you know, I would say the funnest part of our marriage so far. Side note, I almost killed Randy the first time I ever cooked for him, on accident. Who knew that somebody could be allergic to quinoa? I think from the beginning have always said that we wanted to travel and we wanted to experience life together, and by experience life, it wasn't just, oh, let me go and see the latest and greatest thing at the store. It's mostly like, where can we travel? What new information can we learn? What museums can we go to? And so I think that's kind of what we're trying to teach Augie, is that there's so much more to this life than what the latest iPhone is. So that's a little bit about us, a little bit about me. I'll probably get some more in there, but it's starting to rain, so.
So go out, write your own story. Go to our website at revampedlife.com, click on Tell Us Your Story, fill it out, let us know what your story is, so that way we can get to know you guys better. So until next time, write your own story.